Hi, it's Mary Jane Cops, the phone lady. And this video relates to intuition and the role it plays in our ability to be a story finder. Somebody who wants to put effort into understanding or revealing or empathizing with where a customer, client, prospect is coming from, what's really going on in their world, and how can we contribute value or service as a result. Our intuition is a flash of knowledge. It's so quick, and it isn't from our intelligence. It doesn't come from our logic. It doesn't come from our emotions either. It's almost like an instinct. Maybe it goes back to our time uh, with fight and flight, where certain movements or whatever told us we were in danger. Maybe that's where it comes from, but we all have it. It's often labeled women's intuition, but everyone has intuition. The trick is that when it happens, you have to be available to listen to it. And there's so many times that we rush past it. We feel it, we acknowledge it even, but we move past for all kinds of reasons, because we prefer our intellectual, logical answers, or we prefer our emotional answers, or we are really committed to how we want things to go. So we will rush past our intuition with our assumptions or our intent. But our intuition, which is based on our experiences, what we hear, and how we interpret what we hear, it can lead us very quickly in the right direction to be of maximum service to our customers, clients, and prospects. So it is something, intuition is something that you want to honor, respect, and practice. It brings a whole other level of intelligence to your work and what you're able to provide to your clients. So, how can we practice intuition? Well, there's a variety of ways. Um, Journal writing is very helpful. Meditation is very helpful. Simply taking a walk, or if you're in a wintry, icy part of the world, maybe getting on the treadmill and clearing your mind can allow you to access your intuition more frequently. Many years ago, I took up a practice that has allowed me to stay in touch, or to develop, or to practice my intuition. And I don't always listen. I want you to know that I haven't got this perfected by any means. But the way that I found this method of practicing was in, I'll say, the early 90s. My business partner and I would often bump into the same business challenges over and over again. And the first time we'd solve it this way, and the next time we'd do some research and we'd sort of try to solve it this way. But the problem or the challenge kept coming back, whatever it might be. Maybe it was hiring salespeople. That's a good example. And I thought, well, how can I help myself think outside the box? How can I expand the way I view a challenge, the way I interact with a challenge? At the time, I was in Toronto, and there was something called the skills exchange, and individuals with a skill could offer a course for next to nothing. So I think I paid like $25 to take a 6-week course to learn how to read tarot cards. This is the first time I'm sharing this particular secret in my professional life. So I've been reading tarot cards for over 30 years. I actually have a handful of people that come to me a year or several times a year to read their cards for them. And the whole process is about intuition. There is certainly other things going on, but when you sit down to read tarot cards, it's your intuition you're working with. And I started on a starter deck. It's called the Rider-Waite, and that's what most people start with. Currently, I use a deck that looks like this. You can see that it's all old and beat up a little bit. It's called a spiral deck, and it's by an Irish artist. And I actually read my cards almost every morning to settle into having available to me my logic, my intelligence, my emotion, and my emotional intelligence, and my intuition. There are so many times when I have sensed something about a client situation or a prospect situation and been able to move to help them very quickly and clearly, or in a prospect's case, to get the business easily because of something I sensed rather than something that was tangible, something that was intellectual. So while I'm sure that not all of you are comfortable with the idea of utilizing tarot cards, and I'm fine with that, know that all of the things we do to quiet our mind and allow our mind to wander in a different way will allow you to hear your instinctual wisdom. And it's a great tool to have in your toolbox, and an essential one to be a story finder.